live from Welland Stadium. Welcome to Baycats radio coverage of Game 3 of the IBL Finals between the Barrie Baycats and the Welland Jackfish. We'll have starting lineups for you in just a few moments' time, as well as the first pitch of the ball game and umpires and all of that fun stuff. But first, we're going to hear from Rod Mahood, the public address announcer, in just a moment. Stay tuned here for more. This is Baycats Radio.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the pond, home of the greatest show in Niagara. I'm Rod Mahood. This season of Welland Jackfish Baseball is proudly presented by Crime Stoppers of Niagara. Learn about Crime Stoppers and how they benefit the community in the fight against crime at crimestoppersniagara.ca. Don't forget to visit wellandjackfish.com/program, as in a few moments we'll be announcing the starting lineups for tonight's game. Tonight's 50-50 is brought to you by Crime Stoppers of Niagara. Make sure to look out for their volunteers walking around the concourse to purchase your 50-50 tickets tonight. The winner will be announced following the 7th inning. Remember, crime doesn't pay, but Crime Stoppers does. A reminder to all fanatics that a Jackfish show here at the pond is a family-friendly atmosphere. Abusive or profane language of any kind will not be tolerated and may result in ejection. The pond is also a non-smoking facility. Smoking is not allowed anywhere within the stands or concourse in accordance with provincial and municipal regulations. Please keep your attention on the play at all times during tonight's game, as bats, balls, or other objects may fly into the stands at high rates of speed at any point during the game, which could cause serious injury. If you at any point during the game require medical attention, please immediately summon one of the many Jackfish staff members located throughout the ballpark, or text the word HELP and your seat location to 289-275-4909. Keep in mind, any balls that are hit out of play can be redeemed at the front gate for a special prize. Please note that balls may exit the stadium and enter the parking lot. The Welland Jackfish are not responsible for any damage to vehicles from baseballs. We suggest parking at a safe distance.
That was Rod Mahood, the public address announcer. We'll have the national anthem in just a moment.
Please use the provided trash containers for your garbage. The weather report presented by Accenture and Mr. Keegan Noring. 18 degrees Celsius, 65 degrees Fahrenheit, partly cloudy skies.
Oh, I haven't seen you forever. Holy, you're here. You moved it too? I agree for me. We could think of it last week, but I know you would know you last week. You would know last week.
Tonight's pitching matchup here on Baycats Radio, as we get a first look at what we're going to be seeing here tonight. It'll be James Bradwell for the Welland Jackfish. He's been excellent this postseason, facing off against Jeffrey Nunez, who's 2-0 this postseason as well. Both these teams looking to take Game 3. The Baycats have a 2-0 lead. Here are the starting lineups.
First for the visiting Barrie Baycats. Leading off, center fielder number 9, Denise Ejo. Batting second baseman number 7, Royce Ando. Batting third, shortstop number 26, Adam Odd. Batting fourth, designated hitter number 27, Ryan Rio. Batting fifth, first baseman number 29, Malik Williams. Batting sixth, left fielder number 4, Starlin Rodriguez. Batting seventh, third baseman number 55, Hayden Jacko. Batting eighth, catcher number 3, Carson Burns. Batting ninth, right fielder number 1, Avery Tuck. And on the mound for the Baycats, wearing number 22, Jeffrey Nunez.
The starting lineup for the Barrie Baycats, we'll go through that again as the Baycats take to the plate in the top of the first inning. As we were saying before Rod went back on the mic, both these teams trying to take Game 3 The Baycats are up 2-0 in the series. This is the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV. I'm Patrick Melbourne here with the call of tonight's game. Ben Davey and Julius Hearn will join us tomorrow night as we head back to Vintage Throne Stadium for Game 4. We'll have our full video broadcast produced by Brian Backlund for that. Baycats warming up in right field right now. Well, Jackfish on the third base dugout. They're kind of warming up on that left field dugout bullpen area as fans keep coming in. Should be a good crowd tonight. It looked like it might have been thunderstorms as we were looking at the forecast early this morning, but those have all cleared away. We've thought it was going to be clear for a bit now, and now it is clear, just a few clouds in the sky. We've got the Welland Jackfish mascot Jacques holding the flag up by the third base dugout. Now let's go back to Rod Mahood.
James Lyles. At second base, Jamie Killingsworth. At third base, Chris Walters. And at home plate, Jeff Rose.
As you hear, the home plate umpire tonight, Jeff Rose. James Lyles at first, Jamie Killingsworth at second, Chris Walters is at third. So we got a four-man umpiring crew tonight for the first time in the IBL Finals. I think players and staff will appreciate that equally as much. First inning on Baycats Radio, by the way, brought to you by JC Unlimited Contracting, Design, Supply, Build, Renovate, servicing Simcoe region for over a decade. Take a short break. When we come back, inning number 1 between the Baycats and the Jackfish. Game 3 of the IBL Finals is next. Now let's go back to the public address announcer, Rod Mahood, for the starting lineup for the Welland Jackfish here tonight.
And now the moment you've all been waiting for. Here is tonight's Jackfish starting lineup, presented by Crime Stoppers of Niagara. Leading off, the center fielder, number 11, Gio Marrero. Batting second, first baseman, number 15, Steven Moreno. Batting third, the shortstop, number 23, James Smiber. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 16, Sam Cocker. Batting fifth, the designated hitter, number 10, Mateo Porcelano. Batting sixth, the left fielder, number 24, Hogan Brown. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 6, Tyler Dupree. Batting 8th, the right fielder, number 1, Caleb Furusty. Batting 9th, the third baseman, number 9, Ethan Hunt. And on the mound for the Fish tonight, wearing number 30, James Bradwell. The field manager of your Welland Jackfish is Mr. Brian Essery. Fans, one more time, your 2023 Welland Jackfish. And now, fans, please rise if you're able, and please remove your hats for the singing of
And
the
now,
Canadian
our national anthem.
Performed tonight by Gemma Bishop.
Great job on the national anthem. And now they'll have a ceremonial first pitch.
Season ticket holder, please welcome Mike Hart.
As the Welland Jackfish announced that one of their day one season ticket holders will take them out for the ceremonial first pitch. Jackfish went all out for that lineup and national anthem presentation. They had some fireworks out there in the outfield. Very, very well done. Entertaining, getting the crowd into it. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Barrie Baycats. We get underway this evening. Kenise Ijo will lead things off. He's the center fielder. And then Roy Sando will bat second. He's the second baseman. Adam Ott is the shortstop. And then Ryan Rio, the DH. Malik Williams, the first baseman. Starlin Rodriguez is in left field. Then Hayden Jaco, the third baseman. Carson Burns, the catcher. And Avery Tuck is the right fielder. On the mound for the Jackfish today is their ace, James Bradwell. 3-0 so far this postseason with a 1.77, 7-1 so far this regular season. In the regular season, he had 55 strikeouts and only 42 innings. So this 24-year-old on the mound has got some real talent. Baycats, who are up 2-0 in the series, will need to keep those bats hot against the Jackfish. When they have two very, very good pitchers going in Game 3 and Game 4, we're expecting Jake Harford in Game 4. So far, so good, but now the Baycats have to continue. Bradwell finishing up his warm-up pitches. Let's go through the defense as well for the Jackfish. Left to right in the outfield, Hogan Brown, Gio Morello, and Caleb Fiera-Stake. And then third baseman today's Ethan Hunt. Shortstop James Smybert. Second baseman Tyler Dupuis. First baseman Steven Moretzo, so not many changes there. There is a change behind the plate, though. Sam Cocker will get the start over Carlos Martinez in Game 3 for James Bradwell. And as much as the defensive alignment hasn't shifted for the Jackfish, we are seeing a bit of a different batting order. Gianfranco Morello up at the top of the order. Steven Moretto moved up. Hogan Brown moving down to the 6th spot after leading off in the first 2 games. And then obviously Sam Cocker in there for Martinez. And the thing with having 2 good catchers, you can pinch hit either one in either spot and then make it work. Martinez moved to first base after Cocker came in yesterday. So options for Brian Essery, the manager for the Welland Jackfish. Final warm-up toss given from James Bradwell, and we're just about to get underway here at 7:29 p.m. Glad to have you with us here at Welland Stadium on Baycats Radio. First inning brought to you by JC Unlimited Contracting. Design, supply, build, renovate. Servicing Simcoe region for under a decade. So Bradwell to face off against Kenice Icho. Baycats wearing those navy blue tops with the gray pants. Well, and Jackfish in their home whites. First pitch from Bradwell is up and in, as some booing from the crowd for Kenice Icho. There was some tension in game one after a call at third base that many in this stadium did not agree with. Icho on the ground softly, moving over as the third baseman to grab it from the shortstop Smybert, and Ethan Hunt cannot pick it up. So it'll be a leadoff single for Kenice Icho. Could even be an error on the third baseman. So Icho aboard, and that'll bring up Royce Ando. Ando 2 for 4 yesterday with a run and an RBI. And if you're James Bradwell, you just need to keep as many top-of-the-order bats off the base paths as possible, especially guys like Icho and Ando who have good speed. You can hear the chant of "Let's go Jackfish." That's grounded to first, could be two. He goes to second for one, and he stepped on the base first to get two. No, Ando's going to be safe at first. Wasn't able to step on the bag. No, Ando's out, excuse me. That was a tricky play. He stepped on the base, threw it to second to get the second out, and that's a double play here in the first inning. So a very unusual double play to get things started, but Bradwell now dealing with empty bases, and that'll bring up Adam Odd. Pitch from Bradwell is outside. No, that'll be a strike. Home plate umpire Jeff Rose. You're going to get a good zone with Rose. Pretty consistent. You won't see too many complaints, generally speaking, with Jeff Rose behind the plate. Odd playing shortstop today. He was the third baseman in game two. Not too many differences from game two in the batting order for the Baycats. They swapped the bottom two from game one, Tuck and Burns. And they changed some defensive alignment. Carson Burns back behind the plate after catching in game two. He was not catching in game one. Jaco caught in game one. Swing and a miss from Adam Odd, and the count is 1-2. Odd steps out. This could be a very quick inning for James Bradwell. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. And they are going to call that an error, by the way, on third baseman Ethan Hunt. That's grounded to short. Smybert over to first, and that'll end the inning. Good start for James Bradwell. Ended up being a 1-2-3 after Icho reached on an error to lead off the inning. Heading to the bottom of the first, still no score. This is the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV. Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning. Let's take a look at the Jackfish batting order. Gianfranco Morello will lead things off playing center field, and Steven Morezzo will bat second. He's the first baseman. James Smybert is the shortstop batting third. Sam Cocker, starting for the first time this series, is batting fourth. Mateo Porcelato after that, DH. And then Hogan Brown, the left fielder, moving all the way down to the sixth spot. He led off in the first 2 games of this series. Tyler Dupuis, the excellent second baseman, is batting seventh. Caleb Figueres-Stake, the right fielder, And Ethan Hunt, the third baseman, is batting ninth. On the mound for the Baycats, Jeffrey Nunez, right-hander from Baneo in the Dominican Republic, 25 years old. And he is making his first start of the IBL Finals, third start so far of the postseason, and he has been awfully good, 2-0 across 13 innings pitched. ERA a little bit high. I'll want to keep those runs down, but he's got the job done so far. So Gianfranco Morello will lead things off here. He goes by Gio. So you might hear him called Gianfranco or Gio. Nunez stepping on the mound. He is ready. Right-hander against the left-handed batter. First pitch from Nunez is a strike, and we've seen that large strike zone a couple of times now, and now both pitchers, Nunez and Bradwell, can say, hey, this strike zone might be a little bigger. I can work with that. That's outside. That's too big. And that gets away. Doesn't matter. Tossed back into the Welland dugout. Carson Burns is behind the plate today, as mentioned in the top of the first. He was behind the plate for Game 2 as well. Jaco caught Game 1. That's up and away. Count now 2-1 to Morello. Morello went 0 for 4 yesterday with a couple of Ks. Don't let that fool you, though. Very capable hitter, whether he's at the top or the bottom of the batting order. And that is a ball. See, that's where it starts to frustrate you if you're a pitcher, because that's pretty much the same spot as Nunez went for the first strike of this at-bat. Trying to establish his pitches. Here's the 3-1. That's out. No, that's a strike. So the crowd doesn't like that, but in fairness to Nunez, he probably should have got that last pitch before that as a strike, so it evened out a little bit. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count to Morello. And that is up and away. Morello walks, and that's the first base runner for the Jackfish.
Batting second, first baseman, number 15, Steven Moretto.
And Steven Moretto stands in now, and he really has been somewhat a watch for fans and someone to watch out for when it comes for Baycats pitching. Moretto 2 for 3 yesterday, also had a big first inning home run. That gave the Jackfish the lead at the time, a lead they were not able to keep. But none of that was because of Moretto. First pitch to Steven Moretto is a ball, 1-0. This is going to be a vocal crowd tonight. Throw over to first. Runner back in time. Morello's got good speed over there at first. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Count even now at 1. Moretto from New Westminster in British Columbia, I should say. James Bradwell, also from BC, from Roberts Creek. Runner goes, hit to left field, very well, but very foul. Morello will have to go back to first, but that's that power we mentioned from Moretto. Hit that big first inning home run yesterday and didn't come that far away from hitting one there. So Nunez takes a deep breath, takes a look at the rosin bag, and now back on the mound. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Steven Moretto. Nunez looks over at first and now goes back to first again, hence the boos. Morello back in time. Looks in at home again. And now coming home, Morello goes. That is flied out. Shallow right center field, and it's going to find a hole in between the second baseman and the right center fielders. So Moretto on first. Morello holds up at second base, and the first 2 batters have reached in the inning for the Jackfish. James Smybert now, the shortstop. And I would not hesitate to say that one of the reasons the Jackfish have been so successful this season, they led the standings in the regular season has been the infield play of both James Smybert at shortstop and Tyler Dupuis at second base. First pitch from Nunez is a strike. Both Smybert and Dupuis have been excellent in the middle infield, and that really has saved a lot of hits from getting through. And that can help the pitchers an awful lot throughout the course of a season. 0-1 to Smybert. That's fouled away. Smybert 2 for 4 yesterday. He also scored a run. Looking to get a couple RBIs here. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Nunez stepping in now, taking his time, taking a deep breath. Glove by the chest, looks back at the runner, kicks, comes home. Swing and a weak foul ball back to the screen. Count remains 0-2. Sam Cocker on deck looking for his first inning at bat of the series. This Jackfish crowd is ready to cheer. No balls, 2 strikes, here it comes. On the ground, right side, Malik Williams fields it. He runs the ball over to first himself. So it'll advance the runners, but there's 1 out in the inning.
Batting fourth, the catcher, number 16, Sam Cocker.
So here's Sam Cocker, his first start of the series, as we mentioned in the open. Rookie of the Year back in 2022, and a very impressive young catcher from Oshawa. Cocker platooning with Carlos Martinez. That pitch goes behind Sam Cocker, just got away from Nunez. A reaction from the crowd, but that pretty clearly just got away from him. Count 1-0. We've seen Martinez start 2 games and then move over to first middle of last game when Cocker came into the game as a pinch hitter. There's a strike. Count now 1-1. This inning began with a Gio Morello walk, and then Steven Moretto singled him to second. Both were advanced to second and third on a ground out by James Smybert. That's where we stand now. 1-1 is down and away from Nunez. Carson Burns behind the plate has been an excellent defensive catcher, which I think came as a bit of a surprise to some of us who hadn't seen him catch before. Talking to some of the members around the Baycats before the game, they were saying, hey, Carson Burns loves to catch, and turns out he's really good at it. That's it to left field, and that is trouble. Way back and gone. Sam Cocker, a 3-run home run, and the Jackfish take an early 3-0 lead. Very little doubt about that one off the bat of Sam Cocker to left center field. And Welland, they had a home run in the first inning in Game 2. They have a home run now in the first inning in Game 3. And now if you're Jeffrey Nunez, you have to reset. 3 of the first 4 Welland batters have now scored. There's still only 1 out in the inning. And now Mateo Porcelato will bat. Not the start Jeffrey Nunez was looking for out there on the mounds. Porcelato 1 for 3 yesterday. 2 days ago with a walk. That's it to left center field. Could get into the gap. Moving over is Starlin Rodriguez. He's not going to get there. It'll fall near the warning track, and that will be a double for Mateo Porcelato. The second extra base hit in a row for the Jackfish. They're on a bit of a roll right now, and that'll bring up Hogan Brown.
Batting 6, left fielder number 24, Hogan Brown.
Hogan Brown led off in both the first 2 games as Brad Grieveson heads out to the mound. I believe that's Brad. You have to see if it's the beard, if he turns around. Baycats coach out to the mound, talked to Jeffrey Nunez, who has not started the game the way he wanted to. And that's a bit of an understatement. 3 runs in, 2 extra base hits, and a walk already. Only 1 out in the inning, and it was a productive out. Now that's Andrew White out there on the mounds. So White heads back to the Baycats dugout. And Jeffrey Nunez, who's 2-0 in the postseason, hoping to get back under focus here. Hogan Brown, first pitch to him is a strike. Hogan Brown from Virginia in the U.S. Last time Nunez faced the Jackfish, it did not go the way he wanted it to either, although it was an okay outing overall. He went 6 innings, gave up 4 runs, 6 hits, only walked the 1, struck out 2. Jackfish did end up winning that game. Jackfish, as that is swung on and missed. Throw on to third as the runner was going, and he's there in time. Porchelato steals third. Count 1-2 to Hogan Brown. Just going to say the Jackfish, this is round 3 for both teams, obviously. Jackfish faced the Red Sox in round 1, the Maple Leafs in round 2. Baycats faced the Hamilton Cardinals in round 1, Kitchener Panthers in round 2. And this is the championship series of the IBL in 2023. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here it comes from Nunez. And that is strike 3 called. Hogan Brown down on strikes, and he really is in a bit of a cold stretch right now.
Batting 7th, the second baseman, number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
So here's Tyler Dupuis. I was up in the press and media area at Vintage Throne Stadium in Game 2, calling public address for the game. And I was talking to our statistician, Gary Mason, and we were agreeing Tyler Dupuis had an excellent game defensively in Game 2. He just looked really, really sharp. First pitch to Dupuis is outside a ball, 1-0. Just his range out there at second base, well above average. Got a good glove, good throwing arm. Very good defensive asset for the Jackfish. Next pitch to Dupuis is a ball. They go over to first to appeal just to make sure, and first base umpire James Lyles agrees. Dupuis did not go, 2-0. 3-0 here in the bottom of the first inning in Game 3 of the IBL Finals. Glad to have you with us on Baycats Radio. Pitch from Nunez, and that is high. Count 3-0 to Dupuis. Dupuis 1 for 4 in Game 2. Had a double and a single in Game 1. And that is down and away. A fastball from Nunez misses the zone, a 4-pitch walk. And as of right now, Jeffrey Nunez just does not have his best stuff.
Batting 8, right fielder number 1, Caleb Furastake.
So a walk to Dupuis, and that'll bring up the right fielder, Caleb Furastake. He walks up to the voice of Johnny Cash. That's hit to center field. Moving over is Icho. He makes the catch on the run to his right. And that will finally end the inning. But the Jackfish get 3, and it's 3-0 Welland after 1. You're listening to the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV.
number 27, Ryan Rio.
Ryan Rio will lead things off in the second inning, and the Baycats suddenly find themselves down 3-0. A big home run from Sam Cocker, who rewards his manager Brian Essery for putting him in the starting lineup today. And now James Bradwell has a lead to work with, and he's been hard to hit. Fouled away from Rio. If you combine his regular season and postseason stats, Bradwell is 7-1 this season with a 2.74 across 12 games. He's struck out 78 and 62 in a third. He's only given up 52 hits in those 62 and a third innings, so he's done a good job at striking out a lot of people and keeping them off the base paths. Also doesn't walk a lot of guys, only 22 walks. Fouled away again from Rio, 0-2. Bradwell, glove by the waist. Stares in for a sign from Sam Cocker. Kicks, comes home, and that's dribbled right back to the screen. Can't remain, 0-2. Rio 1 for 3 yesterday with a couple of RBI. Speaking of Rio and RBI, on August 18th, he became the all-time single-season RBI leader for the Baycats, as that is up high to Rio. Well, and fans wanted it, but Jeff Rose said that was too high, 1-2. Rio hit his 48th RBI to pass Kevin Atkinson, Jordan Castaldo, and Kyle DeGrace. Here's the 1-2. That is strike 3, and Rio down looking to begin the second inning. Well, Bradwell looks sharp. A quick first inning. Here's Malik Williams. Icho reached on that error, but if it was a clean throw and a clean defensive pickup from the shortstop rather than the third baseman, Icho would have been thrown out. It would have been a 1-2-3 anyway. Here's Malik Williams, 1 for 3, scored a run yesterday, and that is inside. Nearly got Williams on the chest. 1-0. Malik hit over 500 this season with the Baycats in limited at-bats, just enough to qualify for the postseason as he split his time between the Baycats and the Frontier League. Trois Riviere. That's outside, 2-0. Still no hits for the Baycats. 0-0-0 on the line score. 3 runs on 3 hits for the Jackfish, 1 error as well. Bradwell comes home, and that's a strike. Pretty good crowd here in Welland for Game 3 here tonight. Series returns to Vintage Throne Stadium tomorrow night. Here's the 2-1. Baycats are hoping to go back up 3-0 in the series. Jackfish hoping to go with a 2-1 series deficit and then have a chance to even it up. Can't have 3-1 to Malik Williams. Kicks, fires, and that is a foul tip into the glove for strike 2. So now the crowd getting into it, chanting strike 3, strike 3. Here we go, Bradwell versus Williams, the pitch. Swing and a miss. Williams down on strikes. So a strikeout looking and a strikeout swinging in the inning, and that'll bring up Starlin Rodriguez.
Left fielder number 4, Starlin Rodriguez.
Starlin had a big double yesterday. I keep saying yesterday. It was a couple of days ago on Sunday. This series has gone by so quickly so far. A couple of very entertaining games. This one looks like it's going to be another one. First pitch to Starlin is a strike. Starlin kind of moved out of the way of that one, but it ended up making the strike zone anyway, 0-1. No action in the bullpen or anything on Barrie's side after a shaky first inning from Nunez. So he'll go back out there. That's it. The first on a bounce. Fielded And stepping on the bag is Steven Moretto to retire the side. Two very good innings so far for James Bradwell. Heading to the bottom of the second inning. You're listening to the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV.
Thank you, Harry.
Welcome back to the ballpark. Welland Stadium here for the bottom of the second inning. This is IBL Finals Game 3 on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV. Second inning is brought to you by Winging It Restaurants, the great taste of adventure. Ethan Hunt will lead things off for the Jackfish. No, not the Mission Impossible character, despite the theme music here. Hunt down to the bottom of the order today. Went 0 for 4 in Game 2, so Brian Essery shaking things up just a little bit. Trying to get some of the struggling players in new situations. First pitch from Nunez inside as Jeffrey Nunez back out there for inning number 2. Not the first inning Nunez was looking for. He faced 8 batters. Now working much quicker as that one just misses our broadcast booth.
Two ladies from Jordan, Ontario collect that ball.
And now Nunez comes home. That's a strike. 1 and 2. Distracted there for a minute because that almost came right inside our booth. We have equipment up here. Ethan Hunt from Kingston. That is inside. Nunez faced 8 batters in the first inning, gave up 3 runs. 3 hits, a couple of walks, so he's just looking to reset his outing completely. That's on the ground, left side, foul. And part of that might be just working a little bit quicker. Nunez came out of this inning throwing pitches at a much faster pace than he threw in the first. Two. Grounded to shortstop. Nice grab, throw on to first, and Adam Odd with a nice play there. Throwing it to Malik Williams, and that's the first out.
Your center fielder, number 11, Gio Morello.
Patrick Melbourne here with you. This is Game 3. Bob Hurley, Dylan Quinn, and Kendra Doyle from our media team down on field level. And over across the booth, we have public address announcer Rod Mahood, as well as Jackfish announcers Alec Murray, Spencer Tanguay. They always do a great job over on Jackfish TV. As well as all the Jackfish production crew. We thank them and appreciate their work as well. To anybody who is syncing up the Welland video feed with our Baycats radio stream, we thank you for listening, and you can appreciate their great camera work over there as well. Here's the 1-0. That's hit to left field fairly deep, but it's actually not carrying as much as I thought it would off the bat. Starlin Rodriguez comes in, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. So Gianfranco Morello retired, and that'll bring up Steven Moretto. It's not quite the 2022 Dodgers where you had a couple of Turners back-to-back in the starting lineup, but Moretto back-to-back. You need to make sure you're paying attention. Nunez comes home, quickens up the delivery, and gets a strike there. So a leadoff strike to Moretto. Moretto singled and scored in the first inning. That's hit to left field. Did he get another one? Back and gone. And for the second straight night, Steven Moretto with a home run. And it's 4-0 Jackfish.
Fans, you know what to do. Make some noise. The first baseman number 15, Steven Moretto.
So Moretto goes deep. He scored 2 of the 4 runs for Welland tonight. And Jeffrey Nunez just has not had a smooth night so far.
The shortstop, number 23, James Smibert.
So here's James Smibert. He grounded out his first time up. Pitch from Nunez is a strike. We're seeing a wider strike zone. It hasn't extended to being a taller or, I guess, just taller strike zone. And that is just going to be low. Moretto, a home run now, as that is bounced behind the plate. I believe a home run in every game in this IBL Finals. So he has been on a tear lately. Had 10 in the regular season. That's ground to second and through. A base hit for James Smibert. And once again, the Welland Jackfish have something going here.
The catcher,
And every batter except Hogan Brown and Caleb Fierrestake have been on base for the Jackfish. Actually, Ethan Hunt as well has not been on base, but 6 of the 9 hitters have been on base, and we're only in the second inning. So here's Sam Cocker. He homered his first time up. Couple of RBI for him. Nunez has his sign. Glove by the chest. Kicks, comes home, and that is up and in. And a lot of people around the stadium don't like that. One and two. And that gets away from the catcher. Check swing. They say he didn't go. Or they say he did go, excuse me. 1-1. Runner goes up to second. That's James Smibert. So that'll be a pass ball. Count 1-1 to Sam Cocker. Nunez comes home, and again that one gets away. This time a wild pitch. Runner goes up to third as Burns retrieves it from the screen. So a pass ball and then a wild pitch. And James Smibert has had 2 free passes to go from first to third, and Sam Cocker really hasn't had to move the bat. Two and one. And the Baycats are fortunate it's 2-1. It could have been 3-0. Nunez again comes home. There's a strike and a slightly wider than average strike zone. Nunez goes back to play with that some more. Nothing wrong with that. Both pitchers just need to adjust to that early on in the game, and they have. Bradwell has looked exceptional so far, and Nunez hasn't, but he's dealt with the strike zone pretty well. That's hit to right field and foul. Next to the hill as a kid there makes the play.
Tap your head. Come on, y'all. Check it out, y'all.
Now 2 balls, 2 strikes to Sam Cocker. Nunez stepped out for a moment, now back in. Looking for a sign from Carson Burns, the catcher, as James Smibert takes his lead from third base. Now this time Cocker steps out. Nunez hasn't moved a muscle since Cocker stepped out. Now he starts his delivery. Pitch comes home, and that is too far inside, and we'll have a full count. Action now in the bullpen for Barrie. Evan Souls has started to get loose as Nunez struggling with commands and movement on his pitches. Cocker to right center field. This could reach the gap. It will reach the gap. A base hit for Sam Cocker. He's 2 for 2. Smybert comes in to score. It's 5-0 Welland here in the second inning. And this game is at risk of getting away from the Baycats early. So Mateo Porcelato batting, and now a meeting on the mounds, because I believe that's Josh Matlow, the manager for the Baycats. And Nunez can only go 1+ for the Baycats. Evan Souls coming in. We'll be back here on Baycats Radio. This is the IBL Finals, only on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV. Welcome back. Evan Souls on the mound now for the Barrie Baycats, as that outing did not go the way Jeffrey Nunez wanted in the slightest. It is 5-0 for the Welland Jackfish. We're only in the bottom of the second inning. And Mateo Porcelato, who is the 5-hitter, is about to get his second at-bat of the game. This inning started really well for Nunez. A ground out from Ethan Hunt and then a fly out for Gio Morello. But then Steven Moretto homered, James Smybert singled, a couple of pass ball, and then a wild pitch got him to third, and then a Sam Cocker single scored him to extend the lead even more. 3 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, and the first pitch from Souls is hit to center field. Ejo moving in, he's under it, and that will end the inning. 1 pitch, 1 out for Souls. But the Baycats have some work to do. It's 5-0 Welland as we head to the third inning. This is Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV. Top of the third, Hayden Jaco will lead things off for the Baycats. It'll be Jaco, then Carson Burns and Avery Tuck, bottom of the order, as James Bradwell has gone 6 up, 6 down so far.
Baseman number 55, Hayden Jacko.
So Jaco taking his final couple of steps toward the batter's box. He adjusted his batting gloves. Now ready to face James Bradwell, who has looked excellent to this point. Pitch from Bradwell is up and in. Ball 1. Jaco 1 for 4 yesterday. He was the catcher in game 1. Has been in the infield since then. On the ground, second base, takes a tricky hop. What a play, Dupuis. Unbelievable. Tyler Dupuis with one of the plays of the year. Moving to his left, grabbing it on a tricky bounce. What a job by Tyler Dupuis. And there's one away. We talked about how good he was defensively yesterday, or 2 days ago. He just topped all of that today. Tyler Dupuis defensively is a real star. Big swing and a miss from Carson Burns, the lefty hitter, seeing his first plate appearance tonight so far. Oh and 1. Kicks comes home, and that'll be a strike. 0-2. Just pinpoint command so far from James Bradwell. And, you know, Brian Essery, he was talking to one of the Welland newspapers before the game, and he was saying, you know, Bradwell's our ace. We were always looking to have him pitch in a pivotal game 3. That's lined to third base. Caught over there at third. As Ethan Hunt says, hey, I want to be on the highlight reel too. 2 away.
Right fielder number 17, Avery Tuck.
They're playing the SpongeBob theme song for Avery Tuck, which is fitting in a way because SpongeBob is supposed to be the fan club where the pirate and SpongeBob is located in California. Avery Tuck is from California. He's from San Diego. That's fouled right back to the screen. 0-1. Someone's going to hurt their voice in a minute. Fans getting into it. That's up and away. Count 1-1. I mean, I'm not going to judge whether you boo a player or not. That's all baseball stuff. But you want to make sure you don't blow out your voice trying to do it. 2 balls, 1 strike. Kinesi Joe waits on deck. Bradwell has his sign. Cocker setting up outside. And that's fouled right back to the screen. We bring you the out-of-town scoreboard right now, but it's the IBL Finals, so everybody's at home. It's just these 2 teams. Guelph, Hamilton, Kitchener, London, Brantford, Toronto, they are all eliminated from the postseason. Shortstop over to first on a ground ball. Great throw to get Tuck in time, and that will end the inning. Another 1-2-3. First time through the order. A no-hitter going so far for James Bradwell. You're listening to Baycats Radio. This is the IBL Finals. You're watching on Baycats TV. Well, it took 3 innings for Hogan Brown to get back in the leadoff spot, one way or another, as he leads off the bottom of the 3rd inning here. This is his second at-bat. Struck out looking his first time up against Jeffrey Nunez. Now he gets to face a different pitcher. Evan Souls in for his first full inning of work. He came in to finish off the second, as that one slips out of his hand a little bit. Way up and outside. Burns retrieves it. The count is 1-0. Pitch from Souls, and that's inside. 2-0 to Brown. Brown 0 for 4 yesterday, now carrying an 0 for 5 going back to the Sunday game. I need to stop saying yesterday because it was Sunday. That's fouled away. But like we mentioned, this series has gone by quickly. We're already up to game 3. Baycats defense playing traditional shift, as that's a strike to Brown right in the middle of the zone. So the count goes even, 2-2. That's up high. No, they're going to say that's strike 3. So Brown down on strikes looking for the second time today, and that's 1 away. Jeff Rose with a bit of a non-committal call there, but Brown knew right away, so that's all that matters. That'll bring up Tyler Dupuis, who is the star so far today. I mean, no disrespect to the Sam Cocker home run or the Steven Moretto home run, but that play at second base by Tyler Dupuis was just stunning. And that's hit to center field. Icho back at the warning track. He's under it, and he makes the catch. Just got under it a tiny bit. 2 quick outs here for Evan Souls.
The right fielder, number 1, Caleb Furesteak.
That'll bring up Caleb Furesteak. 3rd inning brought to you by Fay Trim, aluminum and siding, quality above all else. Furesteak flew out to Icho in the 1st inning. That ended the 1st inning. And that concluded a 3-run inning for Welland. Since then, they've added 2 more, thanks to the home run from Steven Moretto and an RBI single from Sam Cocker to score James Smybert. First pitch to Furesteak is a strike. Second one is hit to left center field. That one could carry, but moving over is Icho to his right into left center field. And that will end the inning. Evan Souls looking good through an inning and a third. We are heading to the 4th inning here in Welland. It's 5-0 Jackfish. This is the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV.
Leading off the fourth inning for the Barrie Baycats, center fielder Denise Ejo.
Baycats bats hoping to get going here in the fourth inning. It'll be the top of the order. Kenise Ejo, then Royce Ando and Adam Odd. Ejo reached on an error in the first inning, and then right after that, Royce Ando hit into a double play. That's hit to right field. Moving over and making the catch is Caleb Fierrestake, the right fielder. One out here for James Bradwell, who has faced the minimum here today. So here's Royce Ando.
Second baseman Royce Ando.
Ando ground into that double play. There's a ground ball to first base, and then they threw it to second after stepping on the bag to grab Ejo as well. So pitch from Bradwell. There's a strike. Ando 2 for 4 in Sunday night's game. Swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. Quickly 0-2. Bradwell, 24 years old. Comes from Roberts Creek, British Columbia. Very tall, stands at 6'5" on the mound. Kicks, comes home, and that is up and in. 1-2. That ERA goes down further to 1.5 with every out. Swing and a miss. Ando down on strikes. 2 away. The Baycats have not scored a hit yet today. So I don't know if someone else here is a San Francisco Giants fan, but so far we've heard Brandon Belt's walk up and Wilmer Flores' walk up. So you never know. That's up high. Adam Odd doesn't like it. Oh and 1. Kicks, comes home. Big swing and a miss as a great pitch there from Bradwell, and now Odd behind in the count, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Gets away from the catcher. Cocker tags him. And another wonderful inning for James Bradwell for the Welland Jackfish as the Baycats are set down in order. Heading to the bottom of the 4th inning, this is the IBL Finals. The Welland Jackfish have a 5-0 lead. You're listening to Baycats Radio only on Baycats TV.
Leading off the fourth inning for the Fish, third baseman number 9, Ethan Hunt.
That's the voice of Rod Mahood. Patrick Melbourne here with you. He is our public address announcer today for this game in Welland Stadium, Game 3 of the 2023 IBL Finals. Glad to have you with us here on Baycats Radio. Whether you're enjoying this feed old school, just radio, or you're syncing us up with the video to hear the Barrie perspective, we appreciate you. First pitch to Ethan Hunt is a strike, 0-1. Hunt ground at shortstop his first time up. And that one's down the dirt. Count now 1-1. After Hunt, it'll be Gio Morello, then Steven Moretzo, and James Smybert. Souls has a sign, kicks, delivers. And that's way up high. Up over the head. Hunt has to duck. I thought I saw a sign there from the umpire, but I think he was just motioning for the bat boy to get out of the way. Two-1 to Ethan Hunt. Here it comes from Souls. And that's fouled back. That one didn't come nearly as close to the broadcast booth as that one earlier, but it didn't go far away either. We had one earlier that almost came right into our broadcast booth. 2-2. Swing and a miss. Ethan Hunt down on strikes. Second strikeout for Evan Souls.
Center fielder, number 11, Gio Morello.
And Rod can really roll those R's. Here's Gianfranco Morello. First pitch to Morello. That's inside. Can't 1-0. And that is fouled away. Very, very high from Morello. Both these teams on their quest to hold the Dominico Cup. Named for Jack and Lynn Dominico. Here's the 1-1. Swing and I think he just missed that as it went back to the backstop. I don't think he got a piece of it, 1-2. As the crowd gets a burst of energy. It's almost like they all took a sip of an energy drink at the same time. Here's the 1-2. Outside, 2-2. 5-0 Welland here in the bottom of the fourth inning here on Baycats Radio. Game 3 of the IBL Finals underway. Here's the 2-2. On the ground, Adam Odd has it, throws on the run over to first base. It's going to be close. They got him. What a play by Adam Odd, and what a grab by Malik Williams. And there are two out in the inning.
The first baseman, number 15, Steven Moretto.
And let's hear the ovation for Steven Moretto after 2 runs already in the game and a big home run in the second inning. First pitch to Moretto is a strike. Souls perhaps lucky that Moretto was guessing a different pitch because he hung that one just a little bit. Here's the 0-1. And that one got him. On the left shoulder, Moretto will take his base. So he's been on base all 3 times tonight.
Number 23, James Smybert.
So Smybert, who singled and scored in the second inning with another opportunity here with 2 out. And other than the third inning, there's been at least 1 base runner in every inning so far for the Jackfish. And that was really a danger, as we saw in the second inning when the Baycats got 2 quick outs and then gave up 2 runs after that. 3 base runners in total. Souls looking to avoid a similar situation here. First pitch to Smybert. That's a strike. Smybert Tall stands at 6'3". The 0-1 from Souls. And that's hit to left field, but it'll hook foul. Over by the big tree in left field. As you mentioned in game one, there's a hill on both sides, and there are trees on both sides, but there's a tree right on the hill in left field by the stands. And Julius and I, we refer to it as the big tree because it's the big tree. Julius Hearn will be back with our broadcast for the next home game. That's tomorrow night. Ben Davey as well. You can have the full crew. We'd also like to wish the best to our public address announcer, Rob Daniels, who's a little bit under the weather. We were supposed to have a 3-person booth for game 2, but I ended up doing the public address for that. So we'll either have a 3-person booth tomorrow night, or it'll be Ben and Julius for you. And you'll be able to hear me over the stadium mic. Here's the 0-2. We wish the best for Rob getting better quickly. That's ground to second. Twirling around and throwing to first is Roy Sando. And he says, hey, Tyler Dupuis, I can make amazing plays too. Malik Williams makes the catch, and that will end the inning. What a play by Ando. And we're heading to the bottom of the 4th inning here. The top of the 5th inning. This game going by so quickly. We'll be back in just a moment here on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV. But before we go, we'd like to mention that the 4th inning was brought to you by Clarkson Bins and Junk Removal, the local source for simple, clean, and reliable disposal bin rental and junk removal services. Back in just a moment. Ryan Rio will lead things off as he walks up to the VeggieTales theme song. First pitch to Rio is up and away. James Bradwell still has faced the minimum today. Very clean looking scorebook. Top 5. That's up and in. It'll be Rio, then Malik Williams, and Starlin Rodriguez. That's a strike. 2-1. Just looking down this scorebook, it's really hard to find a fault with anything in the way James Bradwell has pitched today. He was maybe saved defensively by Tyler Dupuis from one hit. Other than that, it has been a masterclass. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Ryan Rio. Bradwell, glove by the waist, has his sign from Sam Cocker. Kicks, delivers. Swing and a miss. Cocker takes Rio on the side after he dropped the third strike. There is one away.
French fries for everyone in attendance at the 2 Welland McDonald's locations. That's 5 strikeouts tonight.
3 Ks in a row. Ando, Odd, and Rio all down swinging.
First baseman Malik.
There's one out in the inning. Here's Malik Williams. Anybody who doesn't say that Fruit Salad is a legitimately good song is lying to themselves. It's just a great song. There's a strike. I don't know if anyone listening's ever heard the mashup that the Wiggles did with the Tame Impala song, but that was excellent as well. Here's the 0-1. That is popped up. It was a pitch inside, and it's going to get out of play. So the Wiggles did this collaboration with Tame Impala. I don't think Tame Impala was involved originally. It was just a cover project. But they mashed up Fruit Salad with one of the popular Tame Impala songs. And it turned out really, really well, to the point where Tame Impala invited them on the stage to perform the mashup. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. 4 strikeouts in a row, all swinging. I did not expect to be diving into Fruit Salad history when it comes to the song, but, you know, it's kind of fun. Starlin Rodriguez 0 for 1 now. Everybody's 0 for 1 or 0 for 2. As James Bradwell is looking to strike out his 5th straight. And the impressive thing is he's adjusted, because before that it had been 5 batters since he had struck out a batter. So he was not relying on the strikeout. That's fouled right back. Not that far away from me. They're looking to get us a souvenir today. I'm telling you, that wasn't that far away from our booth either. Yeah. I mean, I've got good hands. I didn't bring a glove. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. I have never caught a ball from the broadcast booth in any stadium. It's impossible in some of the parks. You can't catch one in Brantford, Kitchener. I don't think you can catch one in Hamilton, really. Here's the 0-2, and they got him. James Bradwell with 3 straight swinging strikeouts in the 5th inning. And he has not allowed a hit through 5. Heading to the bottom of the 5th, it is Welland 5, Barrie nothing. You're listening to the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV. 5th inning brought to you by Etal Paving. For all of your residential, commercial, and industrial paving needs, providing quality service for almost 40 years, because you deserve the best. We'll be back.
Jackfish. Catcher number 16, Sam Cocker.
Hear the cheers for Sam Cocker, who had a first inning 2 RBI home run and now leads off the bottom of the 5th. Evan Souls back out there on the hill to face Cocker, Porchelato, and Hogan Brown. First pitch to Sam Cocker is outside. There was a bit of a meeting between the umpires in the inning break just to decide whether Evan Souls' delivery in at least part of his windup was a legal part of the game or not. They decided it was. 2-0. That last pitch inside. Here's the 2-0, and that is popped up. Another one that's going to end up somewhere close to us. Oh, and that one near the production room area of the booth. It bounces out, and someone gets a free ball. So now it's trending to the left, which means I've got a few, the production area has a few, and now Alec and Spencer need to watch out. Two balls, 2 strikes. Should mention as well, we're watching something special so far from James Bradwell. Here's the 2-2, grounded up the middle, that's a base hit. Sam Cocker leads off the inning with a single, and the Jackfish have still got a base runner in every inning except the 3rd.
The designated hitter, number 10, Mateo Porchelato.
So here's Porchelato. Porchelato has mostly been the DH throughout the playoffs. He's been the DH through all 3 games in this series. And now Souls is going to have to abort in the middle of his delivery as calling time is either Porchelato or Burns. Now Souls staring in. Righty on the mound against the lefty, Porchelato at the plate. Runner taking a big lead but does not go. Pitch up and away. And now they're going to call a balk on Evan Souls. So whatever they didn't like in the inning break, they still do not like now. And Brad Grieveson is out to talk to the umpire, as is Josh Matlow, and this could get interesting. So the runner up to second on the balk. Grieveson now heading back to the dugout as Josh Matlow talks to the umpire. He is the manager on his way back. Grieveson passing by the dugout as it looks like Brandon Hillier is being told what to avoid. Hillier just starting to stretch out there. Souls back on behind the mound. Getting back on the mound, but there's no catcher back there yet as Carson Burns hanging by the mound, and now Souls heading off of it. Just trying to keep loose as Matlow talks to what looks like the first base umpire, James Lyles, who called the balk. Matlow now heading back to the dugout. This is still Mateo Porchelato's at bat as now on his way back. Matlow talks to Jeff Rose, the home plate umpire. I assume saying, hey, Evan Souls hasn't been called for a balk all year. It's a little strange that he's being called for one right now, but this is something the umpires picked up a little bit on in the innings break. So now a runner at second. That's Sam Cocker, who's got average speed. Porchelato with nobody out and a runner in scoring position. Bottom of the 5th. Souls ready, looks back at the runner at second. That's Cocker, now comes home. Here's the pitch, and that is bunted, and it's perfect. Up to third goes Cocker, and there will not be a play as Souls slips trying to get it. And there are runners on the corners now with nobody out. So a sacrifice bunt turns into a bunt for a hit. And now out to the mound goes Andrew White and Carson Burns to talk to Souls. Looks like Brandon Hillier continues to get loose in the bullpen. I believe it's Hillier. And now everybody in the infield is out to talk to Souls. Hogan Brown is stepping in. It's already Brown's third at bat of the game. He had 4 in the game on Sunday night. And now the umpire, Jeff Rose, who's manning home plate tonight, goes out to the mound saying, hey, this is taking long enough. Andrew White talking to Rose on the way back.
That's the dish for the fish. Left fielder number 24, Hogan Brown.
And now Andrew White having some words with Jeff Rose, who's not proving exceptionally popular with the Baycats coaching staff right now. Either way, though, Hogan Brown steps in to face Evan Souls. Comes home, and that's a base hit to left field. Moving over is Rodriguez, still running, now gets it, throws in. 1 run is in, and the runners will stay on the corners. This time for Dupuis. Cocker scores, Porcelato to third, and Hogan Brown with a single. And this game is starting to get a little bit ugly from the Baycats' perspective. It's 6-0.
Second baseman number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
And now here's Tyler Dupuis. So Dupuis, who made that stunning defensive play earlier and then just missed a big home run to center field. Caught at the warning track last time up. Will stand in with another big RBI opportunity. First pitch was a strike, 0-1. Bigger leadoff first than third. Brown's got more speed than Porcelato. Brown goes. And the pitch is low, and Brown into second. And now 2 runners in scoring position. Still nobody out in the inning. Chance of let's go Jackfish. Fielders stepping back just a little bit with no double play. Traditional double play, that is, being an option anymore. That's inside to Dupuis. Porcelato at third. He's got okay speed. Hogan Brown at second. He's got leadoff man speed. He, in fact, led off games 1 and 2 of this series. Souls trying to battle out of trouble. Kicks, throws, swing, and a miss. Can't now even at 2. Now the chants are, we love Tyler, and why wouldn't you after that play earlier? 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. That's outside, full count. And now Baycats bullpen getting even more active. I still can't see exactly who it is. Might be Christian Mullen. It's either Mullen or Hillier. I think it might be Mullen. Having a hard time seeing the number from this angle. Long hold from Souls now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. And that's going to be a base hit into left field. They had a hard time getting off the bag to tag because they didn't know whether it be caught, but the runner does score Porchelato. Up to third goes Hogan Brown, and it's a base hit for Tyler Dupuis into shallow left center field over the head of Adam Odd, and now it's 7-0. And after there wasn't that much to cheer about in the first two games of this series for the Jackfish, it's been nothing but cheers. Matlow out to the mound for the Barrie Baycats, manager Josh Matlow. And to the mounds comes the new pitcher. Souls out. And that's Christian Mullen coming in. So Mullen, the third pitcher of the day, coming in for Evan Souls, who pitched very well in his first couple innings, but after that, things went a little bit south for him. It's 7-0 Welland. We'll come back with more action on Baycats Radio in just a moment.
Now batting for Welland, right fielder number 1, Caleb Furistake.
Hear the cheers for Caleb Furistake. Welcome back. As into the game comes Christian Mullen. Mullen has not seen a lot of postseason action for the Baycats. Just barely qualified. Came in and pitched a couple innings in a late regular season game in Kitchener. Didn't have his best stuff that day. Baycats hoping that he'll be the bulk guy today and get some outs. They were hoping for more outs out of Jeffrey Nunez. And then Evan Souls came in, and he is not necessarily built up to be a full innings eater right now. He's more of a high leverage guy. So now Mullen's going to come in, and he's going to try and just eat some outs and hope that the Baycats can get back into this game. There's a strike on a pitch outside Caleb Furistake. Still runners on the corners. Hogan Brown at third, Tyler Dupuis at first base. Pitch to Furistake, runner at first goes. That's Dupuis. He'll get in there without a throw. So a stolen base for Tyler Dupuis. Just got too good of a jump. And instead of throwing it to second and risking the run coming home, they decided to just hold it and give him the extra base. But that's kind of important because now you don't have the traditional double play as an option. The Chants have been really creative tonight. That one's You're My Hero. Here's the 1-2. That gets away from Burns. That'll score a run. And they got to hurry. A run comes in. It is 8-0. My goodness. Bottom of the fifth inning, a wild pitch from Christian Mullen scores Hogan Brown. Up to third goes Tyler Dupuis, a stolen base, and then the wild pitch. And the Baycats still don't have an out in this inning. 3 have already scored. 1 is at third. And then after that, it's the batter. Christian Mullen really has to dig down, get his best stuff right now. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be strike 3. Fiera Stake down on strikes. Looking, and that's finally the first out of the inning. Well, Christian Mullen came into this season after missing the 2022 season, and the Baycats decide to extend him, make him more of a starter, but only 1 out into his first appearance of the year, he had a pretty bad injury somewhere in his arm, and he missed 2 months. Came back and just built himself back up slowly, worked more out of the bullpen, and that's where he is today, being more of that bulk guy out of the bullpen, hopefully built up a little bit. And that one gets him on the shoulder. Ethan Hunt takes first base. And that will bring up the top of the order and Gianfranco Morello. Another arm now starting to get loose in the bullpen. I cannot tell who it is, but there is someone getting loose in the bullpen for the Baycats. Now 2 are getting loose in the bullpen for the Baycats. And after conserving so much of your bullpen, nobody came out of the bullpen in Game 1. Only Brad in Game 2. They risk using just about everybody in this game. First pitch to Morello is a strike, 0-1. Meanwhile, it couldn't be more different on the other side. James Bradwell has not given up a hit. Now, Mullen getting some words from the shortstop, Adam Odd. You would think Ethan Hunt would try and steal at some point during this at-bat. I mean, why not? And there he goes. And he's caught in between, but Burns can't risk throwing it to first because the minute he throws to first, Tyler Dupuis will come home. And the Jackfish know that. That's why they're going to play with Mullen and Burns a little bit. Hunt takes a big lead. And he goes. That's hit to Morello now up. Morello is the second out of the inning. But still a runner in scoring position. Morello, 2 for 2 with a hit by pitch in the 4th inning. He's been to at least first base all 3 times. He only stayed there for a second in the second at-bat when he homered. That's fouled away onto the hill. Mentioned both Morello and Bradwell are from British Columbia. Kicks comes home, and that one got him. And Mullen just does not have his best command either tonight. None of the 3 Baycats pitchers have. Souls look pretty good for the first couple innings, but neither Nunez nor Mullen have had their best command. To first with the second hit by pitch of the day goes Steve Moretto. He's been on base all 4 times now. That'll bring up James Smybert. Smybert, with a single and a run, has grounded out his other 2 times up. And this is the 9th batter of the inning to bat. First pitch to him was a ball, 1-0. You can see that's hit to right center field. That's a base hit. Rounding third and coming home is Ethan Hunt. Rounding second and going to third is Steve Moretto. And all 9 batters will bat. I should mention, I should correct myself, excuse me. All 9 batters did bat. Now they will bat around officially.
Catcher, number 16, Sam Cocker.
So here is Cocker. The folks who do the mid-inning attractions have been standing as sumo wrestlers for about 10 minutes now, next to the Welland dugout. First pitch to Sam Cocker is a strike. Cocker singled, went to second on a balk, went to third on Porcelato's bunt single, and then scored. Here's the 0-1. That's down and away, 1-1. And I mean, normally you get out there in the sumo costume thinking, oh, okay, I'll be standing there for a couple of minutes before I do my routine. They'll be feeling like they've been standing there for quite a while now. The 1-1 is hit to center field. Ijo to his left, going to be a tough play, but he's under it, and he makes the catch near the warning track, and that will retire the side. But what an inning for the Welland Jackfish. It is now 10-0.
IBL's fastest grounds crew.
This is the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV.
Sixth inning for Barrie. Third baseman, Hayden Jacko.
10 runs on 11 hits, 1 error for the Welland Jackfish. Nothing for the Barrie Baycats so far as James Bradwell takes back to the mound. He'll be facing off against Hayden Jacko, Carson Burns, and Avery Tuck. Again, bottom of the order for the Baycats. First pitch from Bradwell. That's up and in. And Jacko dealing with a 1-0 count right now. Glad to have you with us on Baycats Radio. Patrick Melbourne here with you. Pitch from Bradwell. That's inside. Count 1-1. I think that last one actually got the zone, said Jeff Rose. It has been a wide strike zone, but it has been a consistent strike zone. That's it to right field. Moving over is Fiera Stake, and he makes the catch. That'll bring up Carson Burns. Burns a little bit cold right now with the bat. He's 0 for his last 5, but
Catcher Carson
before
Burns.
you cast too much judgment on that. He has been playing an excellent catcher position, and when you're learning a new position, it's not that new a position for Carson Burns, but it is his first time really embracing it as one of the main catchers for the Baycats. It can take a lot of your focus away, and it can impact your hitting for a little bit. First pitch outside, 1-0. That was the first non-strikeout from Bradwell in quite a while. That's up high to Burns. He had struck out 5 in a row, all swinging. That goes back to Royce Ando in the batting order. Bradwell has 10 runs of support right now. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Count 2-1 to Carson Burns. Should mention as well, Bob Hurley, our photographer, Dylan Quinn, our videographer, Kendra Doyle, our social media. That's hit to left center field, not deep, moving in and catching it in left center field is Hogan Brown. So the heart jumped just a little bit for James Bradwell there for a moment, but there are 2 quick outs. Working on social media, Kendra Doyle, and helping with chat moderation and writing our post-game recap is Sam O'Coin. You'll hear the voices of Ben Davey, Julius Hearn, and myself tomorrow at Vintage Throne Stadium for Game 4. You can get your tickets at BarrieBaycats.com. Here's the pitch from Bradwell. Swing and a miss from Avery Tuck down in the dirt. Just fooled Tuck on that one. Tuck standing in, 0 for 1 so far today, and he swings and fouls that one off Sam Cocker. I think that one just barely hit the glove. No reaction from Cocker, which makes me think it did not hit the helmet. 0-2, 2 outs in the inning. James Bradwell started this game with a 1.77 ERA. It is even lower now. That's postseason ERA. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Tucked down on strike swinging. And another 1-2-3 inning for James Bradwell, who has been at his absolute best. Heading to the bottom of the 6th inning, it is still 10-0 Welland. You're listening to the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio. 6th inning is brought to you by Vintage Throne Barber Lounge. Experience the tradition of quality service in a relaxed environment, redefining gentlemen in the heart of Barrie. We'll be back.
Leading off the sixth inning.
This inning brought to you by Etal Paving for all of your residential, commercial, and industrial paving needs, providing quality service for almost 40 years because you deserve the best. Mateo Portulato will lead things off against Christian Mullen, who remains in the game. Brad McQuinn has taken over for Avery Tuck in right field. So McQuinn into the game. That's the only defensive replacement. First pitch from Christian Mullen is a strike to Mateo Portulato. Portulato bunted for a single his last time up, ended up scoring. He also has a double today. He stole a base. Good day for Mateo. It's been a good day for most of this Welland Jackfish offense. They have 10 runs. That's outside. Portulato, also from BC, joining Moretto and Bradwell. A few years ago, the Baycats had a bunch of players from Alberta come down for the 2021 season. Those players are now back playing in Alberta. Here's the 1-2. Remember the contributions from David LeBlanc, Jake McDonald, Andrew Grider. Good players. And once you put on the Baycats uniform, you're always a Barrie Baycat. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Portulato down on strikes. First strikeout of the inning. Second of the game so far for Christian Mullen.
Fielder number 20.
So Portulato strikes out. That'll bring up Hogan Brown. And if Mullen can calm things down a little bit and give them some length out of the bullpen, that would be a huge asset. Because you work tomorrow, you figure either a bullpen day or a short leash for one of the starters that's gone already. I have to imagine bullpen day. It's too short, you would think, for Frank Garces. Here's the 1-0. That's outside. Brown has struck out twice and singled. Scored on a wild pitch. Here comes, and that is a strike. 2-1. This crowd loving every single bit of this game so far in Wellands. 10-0 the score in the bottom of the 6th inning. Here, that's hit to left field. Foul. Down near the corner of the stadium in left field. A lot of foul territory here as the bullpens are still in old school baseball format down the left and right field lines. The one nice thing, or I guess not nice thing, depending on who you are. If you're the pitcher, you'd probably like that mound bump there. But if you're a fielder going over to that bullpen area, so there's pitch outside, 3-2. If you're a fielder fielding something and running over to that bullpen area, there is no bump. So, you remember a couple of years ago with the Blue Jays, Rowdy Tellez hurt his knee quite badly running on one of those. Here's the 3-2. And that is ball 4 outside. He checked his swing. They checked in at third base to see. But it will be ball 4. I think that's the right call. And Hogan Brown on base for the second time today. Here's Tyler Dupuis.
Second baseman number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
So Dupuis stands in, tall stance with the bat almost vertical to his back when he starts his stance, as there's a swing and a miss for a strike. He doesn't keep it there long, but once he gets into the batter's box, he stands really, really tall, and then he has that bat almost vertical right behind his back. 0-1. Pitch from Christian Mullen. That's down low. Sixth inning brought to you by Vintage Throne Barber Lounge. Experience the tradition of quality service in a relaxed environment, redefining gentlemen in the heart of Barrie. Here's the 1-1. That's line to the right field side. Foul. Don is asking, when's the last time Josh Matlow pitched? Josh Matlow was an outfielder, and he has made one appearance across the 2021 and 2022 season each as an outfielder. He has not pitched. Here's the 1-2, and that is way up and in, and that one nearly got Dupuis in the helmet. That's why you hear the boos. And to answer the question right below that, no Baycats have gone to the Blue Jays in the last 3 years, but if you go back a little further than that, Claudio Custodio was signed by the Blue Jays out of the Baycats. Ryan Rio was drafted by the Phillies. Here's a pitch from Dupuis. 2-2 is grounded right back up the middle. Could be 2. Ando, Odd, Williams, 4-6-3, double play. And that will end the inning. And then going a little further back than that, Jonathan Bash, who was a Baycat, was also in the Blue Jays system. We head to the 7th inning. All well and so far, although that was a nice play by the Baycats infield. You're listening to Baycats Radio. This is the IBL Finals. We'll be back in just a bit. Kenisi Joe will lead things off for the Barrie Baycats here in the 7th inning. 7th inning brought to you by United Way Simcoe Muskoka, making poverty unignorable. To learn how you can help, you can visit uwsimcoemuskoka.ca. First pitch to Ejo is a strike, called 0-1. Pitch from James Bradwell. That's hitting to the gap, left center field. That will get down and break up the no-no. Ejo rounds first. He's going to have to stay there as a good throw comes in from left field. And now a big round of applause for James Bradwell. That was the first hit he had allowed all night long.
Second baseman Royce Ando.
So now Royce Ando He's grounded out and struck out. Ejo's got excellent speed over there at first. Even though that was the first hit of the game. As there's a strike to Ando. Even though that was the first hit of the game from Ejo, Ejo had actually been on base thanks to an error in the first inning. He was then promptly doubled off, which means until that at-bat, Bradwell had still faced the minimum. Kicks comes home, swing and a miss. Ando with a run and an RBI on Sunday's game. And now, Bradwell taking a few extra seconds. I don't think anybody's going to deny him that after the way he's pitched tonight. Kicks comes home, and that is in the dirt. Go to first to see if the check swing was a swing. The first base umpire says no, which seems right. I didn't even notice it was a check swing. From up here in the broadcast booth. Great broadcast booth here in Welland, by the way. Excellent media team here from the Welland Jackfish. Here's the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball. That's right back to first. Steven Moretto grabs it, takes it back to first by himself, and there's one away. Up to second goes Kenise Ejo.
Shortstop Adam Odd.
Now Adam Odd, I would say he's 0 for 2, but everybody is 0 for 2 going down this order. So I have to come up with something a little more interesting than that to say now that the no-hitter is broken up. That's the thing when you're calling it and it's still a no-hitter. You can go, he's 0 for 2, and it builds dramatic tension. But when the no-hitter's gone, you have to come up with more variety than just saying everybody's 0 for 2. Odd is, however, 0 for 2. Looks back at the runner, now comes home. Swing and a miss. Count 0-1 to Adam Odd. Runner takes the lead off second base. That's Kenise Ejo. He's got excellent speed. Middle infield, playing by the grass, a little bit closer from the corner infield. Kicks comes home, and there is a called strike to Adam Odd. Those sides of the zone have been consistent, but they have been on the larger side from home plate umpire Jeff Rose. If you missed it, Jeff Rose is the home plate umpire, then James Lyles at first, Jamie Killingsworth at second, Chris Walters at third. This is the first time this series that we've had a 4-man umpiring crew. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Cocker holds on, and Odd down on strikes. 2 away.
Designated hitter Ryan Rio.
So Rio standing in with a runner in scoring position on second, hoping to break this scoreless streak the Baycats are on. 6 innings of no-run baseball against James Bradwell, who has been excellent. Ground to third, foul. Baycats are back at home tomorrow night. That's Vintage Throne Stadium. We'll have it for you right here on Baycats TV. Ben Davey, Julius Hearn, and perhaps myself on the call. I'm not quite sure what my role will be for tomorrow yet. We'll see. Here's the 0-1. There's a strike. Just letting you into the behind the scenes for a moment. Brian Backlund, our excellent producer, will be producing that game as normal. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bradwell, deep breath, now comes home. That is strike 3 call. And Rio standing there with his head down. That has been a strike all afternoon. 2 straight strikeouts for Bradwell. Time to stretch here at Welland Stadium. Heading to the bottom of the 7th. This is the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV.
Leading off the 7th inning for your Jackfish, right fielder number 1, Caleb Furastate.
That's the voice of Rod Mahood, the public address announcer for the Welland Jackfish. Welcome back, bottom 7. Christian Mullen back on the mounds. Owen Jansen now in left field, so 2 of the 3 outfielders have been replaced. It makes sense to give Starlin Rodriguez a little bit of rest when you can. Of course, had that groin injury earlier in the postseason. He's been playing, but I'm not sure if it's 100% or not. We haven't seen any signs it's not, but it's very, very quick recovery time. Quickly 0-2 to Fiera Stake. Last pitch was fouled. Right back down, near the home plate. 0-2. Here it comes. That's outside. It'll be Fiera Stake and then Ethan Hunt. 8-9 to start off the inning. Then the top of the order. That's way outside for Mullen. Slipped out of his hands a little bit. After the pitch, he actually kind of stared at his hand just a little bit. Rethinking how to grip the baseball. That is outside, check swing. They say he didn't go. This time they appeal to the third base umpire, Chris Walters. Here's the 3-2 from Christian Mullen to Caleb Fiera Stake. That is way outside, ball 4. So a leadoff walk for the Welland Jackfish.
Third baseman number 9, Ethan Hunt.
Ethan Hunt was hit by a pitch his last time up, has also ground out and struck out. Baycats are hoping for a quick inning just once in the back half of this game. Had a quick one in the third, a 1-2-3 inning thanks to Evan Souls, but other than that, at least one Jackfish batter has reached base in every single inning. That is hit high and foul to the right side. It'll go on the hill. Now, it's a bit of a different hill to the one you see in Christie Pits. It's a little steeper, and it's by the seats. So it's a little bit of a different perspective. Plus the difference in Christie Pits, you can just come and bring a towel and sit down, enjoy the game. Here it is a little bit more traditional, where you have your ticket and you have your seat. Pops up. Second baseman Roy Sando is under it, and he takes a couple of steps back, and almost hopping, he makes the catch. So that's the first out of the inning.
Center fielder number 11, Gio Morelos.
Here's Gianfranco Morello. Morello has grounded his last two at-bats. Walked and scored in the first inning. Was one of the two runners that scored thanks to the home run by Sam Cocker. First pitch to Morello is a ball, 1-0. Bit of an experiment today, seeing if shaking up the batting order will wake up the offense. Moving Hogan Brown down to the 6th spot, Morello up to the leadoff spot. And although Morello hasn't been the hottest hitter in the order, as that's lined to short, they throw to first trying to get the runner, and it's wild. Williams fields it off a bounce off the wall. They go to second, they might still get him, and they got him. So it'll be a double play. Just to finish that thought, I said Morello hasn't been the hottest hitter in the order, but it certainly has woken up the offense. 10-0 Welland as we head to the 8th inning. A great defensive play by Malik Williams to grab it off the fence and get the runner at second. We head to the 8th. This is Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV.
Leading off the 8th inning for Barrie, First baseman Malik Williams.
Malik Williams to lead things off for the Barrie Baycats in inning number 8. Patrick Melbourne here with you on Baycats Radio. 8th inning brought to you by Expedia Cruises in Barrie. Casey Boyer-Howard will come in for the Jackfish for his first inning of work. Excellent job today by James Bradwell, as that is outside. 7 one-hit innings for James Bradwell today. And now Boyer-Howard, you would think, to just close this one out. In 2 appearances this year in the playoffs, as that's grounded to third by Williams. Takes it on a bounce, throw on to first a little high, but no problem for the first baseman, Steve Moretto. There's one out. Nice throw by Ethan Hunt.
Wendy Bauer, please report to the Jackfish box office.
Boyer-Howard has been in 2 games this postseason. He's pitched 2 innings, 1 strikeout, given up 2 hits, has not allowed a run. In the regular season this year, he had a 5.68 ERA across 12 games. 9 strikeouts in 12 and 2/3 innings, 7 walks, so the walk count a little bit high and the hit count a little bit high with 17, but has been much sharper as the season's gone along and with the playoffs. The pitch is down low for a ball. And now that James Bradwell's out of the game, it's a little bit of hope for the Baycats. The pitch is a strike to Owen Jansen. Jansen came in as a defensive replacement for Starlin Rodriguez in the last inning. So Jansen, the left fielder now, if you're scoring, this is his first at-bat. Kicks, comes home. Swing and a miss, and the count is 1-2. Game 4 of this series is tomorrow night. You can get your tickets at barriebaycats.com. You can also see the full schedule as well as times. We'll have all home games for you on Baycats TV, all away games on Baycats Radio, just like this. Swing and a foul back. Jansen knew he didn't miss that one by much. Jansen, an all-star in 2022, really a breakout year with the bat. Was dealing with injuries earlier in this season, and the bat never really got to where it was last season, but there's still time in the finals. He can wake it right back up. He is still an IBL All-Star. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Down on strike, swinging, and there are 2 away. Fans, be sure after the game to take a look at barriebaycats.com for Sam O'Coin's post-game recap. It might not be the most fun recap Sam has written this year, or it might be the most fun if the Baycats can come back and win this game. Right now, 10-0 Welland in the top of the 8th inning. Pitch from Boyer-Howard is hit to third, and it just goes foul on the last bounce. And I mean just foul. It was fair all the way until that very last bounce. Sabrina in the chat saying, come on, Baycats, you can do this. Game isn't over. You can make the comeback. And there have been bigger comebacks in the history of this sport. It's going to be a tough task, but as the great Yogi Berra was famously quoted, it ain't over till it's over. No balls, 1 strike. Here it comes. That's swung on and hit by Victor Plaz in the left center field, moving in, and nobody's going to make the catch. So Plaz coming in for Jaco with a base hit. Only the second hit today for the Barrie Baycats. And with 2 out, the Baycats have a base runner. For the second time in 2 innings.
Catcher Carson Burns.
The Baycats face very, very good pitching in James Bradwell. And Casey Boyer-Howard has looked sharp out there on the mound as well. Carson Burns at the plate now. Burns swings and fouls it into the glove of Sam Cocker. That's strike one. Sam Cocker's done an excellent job behind the plate. Really, since he's become a Welland Jackfish back in 2022, he's done an excellent job. The only reason he was seeing reduced playing time was because of their excellent other catcher, Carlos Martinez. This lineup is so deep as a first-place lineup, it's sometimes hard to get everybody in. So they are platooning them both, going with the hot hand. Martinez did not have a great game two in this series, so they decided to shake things up, go with Cocker. And they were rewarded with a first-inning home run. Burns to right field, hit it well, but it'll go foul. Had a great sound off the bat, though. Burns lined out to third back in the third inning, and he flew out to left in the sixth. This is only his third at-bat of the game. That's how dominant James Bradwell was. First inning for Casey Boyer Howard out there on the mound. Here's the 1-2. And Burns, it's a foul tip, but Cocker can't hold on, so the at-bat remains alive. Jackfish 10 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Baycats no runs on 2 hits, no errors. Here in the top of the 8th inning. Runner on first, that's Victor Plaz. And that is inside. Count even now at 2. Like we mentioned, it's not over till it's over, but if the score holds, the Baycats will have a 2-1 series lead heading back home. Two balls, 2 strikes. Here it comes. Burns on the ground to second. Takes a tricky bounce on Dupuis. He'll have to hurry. Throw on to first, and Burns is going to be safe. So Plaz up to second base, and it just took too tricky a hop for Tyler Dupuis, who, like we mentioned, is an excellent defensive second baseman. So if he couldn't get to that one, I'm not sure many second basemen could. So Burns to first, Plaz up to second. Here's Avery Tuck, or at least Avery Tuck's spot. It's Brad McQuinn now, I should say. McQuinn came in as a defensive replacement a couple innings ago, playing right field. First pitch, a strike to McQuinn. McQuinn, a bit of a spark plug to this team. Very high energy. Good chemistry guy, and he's a good defensive outfielder. He's still waiting for that bat to catch up to the defense, but he's shown flashes. Here's the 0-1. That's fouled away. We know he's got some good power, some good contact skills. He's just waiting for that breakout season. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Runners on first and second. Casey Boyer Howard looks back at the runner, now comes home, and that is fouled away again. I look at Casey Boyer Howard, and excuse me if this is a bit of a strange comparison just because he hasn't pitched in the major leagues for a while now, but the delivery almost reminds me of Brandon Leagues, where the arm comes all the way out, almost gets all the way horizontal on the way across. Not quite sidearm, because it's still coming from that 3/4 release, but it almost gets sidearm in the way the arm moves. Here's the 0-2. That's outside. Now 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. The runner Plaz dancing around second, trying to distract Boyer Howard. There's nobody covering the base, so he can do it all he wants. Pitch is inside, and it's fouled next to the big tree in left field. Bigger lead at second than first. Again, Plaz dancing around, and this time it distracted Boyer Howard just a little too much. He has to step off. Now he steps back on. 1-2. Casey Boyer Howard comes home, and that is fouled away. In the bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be Steven Moretto, then James Smybert, and Sam Cocker. Chance of let's go Jackfish. Here's the 1-2 from Casey Boyer Howard. Here comes, and that is down low, 2-2. McQuinn with the bat on his shoulder. Here it comes. On the ground to second base. Good play, Dupuis. Has he done it again? No, he threw it away. Plass is going to come home to score. Up to third goes Carson Burns. And Brad McQuinn up to second on the misplay. That'll be an error on Tyler Dupuis. So the Baycats do get a run in this game. And they have another in scoring position. Never count anybody out.
Fans at this time, please get out your 50-50 ticket stubs.
As the Well and Jackfish announce their 50-50 draw, which they do with Crime Stoppers of Niagara. It is up to $1,750 today. So congrats to the winner.
You just won $1,750. You can claim your winnings at the
Command visit to talk to Casey Howard.
Of Niagara table on the concourse level. Now
The inning started very smoothly with a ground ball to third base. That was a routine out, and then a strikeout swinging. After that, 3 straight base runners. So here's Kenisi Joe. 2 on, 2 out. Casey Boyer Howard delivers, and that's a strike. Game 3 of the IBL Finals. Game 4 goes tomorrow night. Baycats have a 2-0 lead at the moment. If the score holds, it will be a 2-1 Barrie lead over the Well and Jackfish, who were the regular season IBL champions this season. Both teams fighting for the Dominico Cup, named for longtime Toronto Maple Leaf owners Jack and Lynn Dominico. 0-1, here it is. Swing and a miss. I think he just caught a piece of it, actually. Either way, same result, 0-2. Fans starting to clap. No balls, 2 strikes. Here it is. And that is inside, 1-2. When it comes to pitching for tomorrow night, you expect Jake Harford on the mound for the Jackfish. I don't know who's going to be on the mound for the Baycats. It might be a bullpen day. The first 3 starters, Garces, Benitez, Nunez, have now pitched. That's inside. Grieveson pitched in Game 2. But he only pitched an inning, so he might be the bulk guy in Game 4. You never know. But you would think it's too early to see Frank Garces on the mound in Game 4 after throwing over 140 pitches in Game 1. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kicks, throws. Swing! And a foul tip into the glove of Sam Cocker. That will end the inning. Casey Boyer Howard gets out of the inning, and we head to the bottom of the 8th. You're listening to the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV. Well, I'm not sure the Baycats envisioned this, but they're going to get some entertainment over the last inning. Down by a bunch with Bramphy and Fonte taking the mounds.
First baseman number 15, Steven Moretto.
He'll face off against some tough batters. Steven Moretto, who Jeffrey Nunez could not solve. A single and a home run. And then he'll face James Smybert and Sam Cocker. Fouled away. Bottom of the 8th inning here. The Jackfish are certainly hoping that there will be no bottom of the 9th inning, so this is perhaps their last chance to add on. And that's inside from Infante. Infante's got some good pitching mechanics. Doesn't have a lot of velo. He's a position player. And on top of that, his position players dealt with some knee issues throughout this season. Had knee surgery early on in the year. But you look at him and you look at a guy who, you know, if he builds up at it, he could be a good pitcher. Excellent mechanics, good delivery. He's pitched a couple of times. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here it comes. That's hit to left field and deep, but is it going to stay fair? It's not. Into left field and almost making the catch is Hogan Brown. He doesn't come up with it. That was hit hard by Steven Moretto. Bramphy Infante has pitched twice this season, both in wins. It was a 10-1 win. That's hit to left field, and that's even harder, but that's also even more foul. It was a 10-1 win for the Baycats on the 21st of July against the Brantford Red Sox. That was last year. Both of these are last year. So Infante hasn't pitched this year, but he's pitched twice last year. That's hit to left field, this time on the ground. Foul again. 2-2 to Moretto. The other game was a 20-1 win for the Barrie Baycats, that time against the Kitchener Panthers. Juan Benitez started that game. So Infante's pitched a couple of times, both in 2022. Two balls, 2 strikes. Steven Moretto versus Bramphy Infante. Here it comes. And that one got him on the back. And that's the 3rd time Moretto's been hit with a pitch today. Bramphy doesn't have any velo on his pitches, so that one won't sting.
Shortstop number 23, James Smybert.
But if you're hit with a pitch 3 times in a game, you're starting to think, hey, what did I do? That's hit to right field and way foul, but also way high and way gone if it was fair. James Smybert greets Bramphy Infante with a big, long, foul ball. And that's hit to right field. And that one's foul, but way far. If these were fair, that would have been about the 5th home run off Bramphy Infante. None of them have been even close to fair. 0-2. And that one gets a reaction as it hits Smybert. And the fans, I don't know if they don't realize Bramphy Infante is a position player or not, but they're giving Jeff Rose a reaction right now for not throwing Infante out of the game.
Catcher number 16.
And those at-bats went about the same exact way. A couple of massive, massive fly balls that would have been way gone if they were fair. And then the batter ended up getting hit with the pitch. That's hit to right field. That'll stay in the yard if it was fair, but it's not. Stop me if you've heard this one before. Another foul ball. Moretto on second, Smybert on first. This is Sam Cocker. He has a home run already today. And another aspect to this is if your offense on the Welland side has started to see full speed pitching very, very well, then if you're Barrie, you throw someone like Infante in there who's going to give you a completely different look, and it might mess up their timing a little bit heading into the next game. Sam Cocker is leaving this game. Maybe he tweaked something on that last swing. But Carlos Martinez is going to come in and pinch hit in the middle of the at-bat. He inherits an 0-1 count. Hopefully Sam Cocker's all right. He might have tweaked something on that last swing. Martinez, left field, and that one is very gone. Well, that was the first pitch he saw, and he didn't need a warm-up.
And you know what to do. Get on your feet for number 33, Carlos Martinez.
So Carlos Martinez comes into the game and doesn't even see a pitch before he hits that one out. It is 13-1. There's still nobody out in the inning. This is going to be Branfy Infante's inning. No matter how many runs they score, they're not going to waste any more bullpen arms on a game where they're down by over 10.
Pinch hitting for the fish, number 8, Ethan Pasco.
So now Ethan Pasco will come in and pinch hit for Mateo Porcelato, who is the DH, so no defensive impact there. First pitch from Infante. Threw that one a little bit faster, and that's grounded to first. And Williams has got it. He runs over to the bag, and there's one out. How about that? Here's Hogan Brown.
Left fielder number 24, Hogan Brown.
He's walked and singled today. He's also struck out a couple of times. That's it high, but not particularly deep into right field. McQuinn might have a play. He's under it. And jumping, he makes the catch. So there will be 2 out. So after starting this inning very rough, Branfy Infante's got 2 quick outs.
The second baseman, number 6, Tyler Dupuis.
So Tyler Dupuis, who has had an excellent game. Yes, there was an error, but there was also an excellent play earlier, and he has played excellent defense all series long and all season long. He will get a look when it comes to all-star votes at second base. Here's the 1-0. That's inside. On the ground. And that is booted at third base. And that is not going to be an out. He generated a weak ground ball. And at third base, just not handled by Victor Plaz. So a base runner here with 2 out.
Your right fielder, number 1, Caleb Furestein.
So I would assume that's going to be an error on the third baseman, Plaz. And that'll bring up Caleb Furestein. Sometimes you play a baseball game, and after the baseball game, you just want to forget everything about it and go back to the feelings you were having before the previous one. That's what the Baycats are going to be doing here. They're going to completely ignore this game in their mind, go back to game 2 and say, hey, game 2 was pretty good. Game 1 was pretty good. 1-1 now to Caleb Furestein. He's 0 for 3, but he has walked. Here's the pitch from Branfy. That's popped up really high. Burns under it. Plaz is calling for it. Who's going to catch it? Victor Plaz catches it. just calling Burns off at the last second, and that finally ends the inning. Welland adds 3 more as we head to the 9th inning. You're watching Baycats TV. This is Baycats Radio, and this is the IBL Finals.
Let's get that center field.
Scott Gillespie now on the mound for the Welland Jackfish.
33, Carlos Martinez.
And as we expected, Carlos Martinez back behind the plate for Sam Cocker, who exited the game after an excellent game. I think it was something he tweaked in a swing where it was a big foul ball, but I'm only speculating. Hopefully Sam's okay. Gillespie will be facing off against Roy Sando, Adam Odd, and Ryan Rios. Spots in the order. Down by 12, we might see some substitutions. James Anderson, for example, will lead things off here and not Roy Sando. So Anderson versus Gillespie. Neither of them were in the game before right now. First pitch is a strike, and now they're both in the game.
Number 34, James Anderson.
So Baycats keeping with a very strict rule of if your name doesn't start with and, you're not batting in this batting spot. Ando and now Anderson. There's a strike going two. A called strike by home plate umpire Jeff Rose. Had a pretty good zone tonight, a little bit wide for some batters' liking, but it has been consistent. That's outside. Third inning of work this postseason for Scott Gillespie. Overhearing that from Spencer Tangway and Alec Murray. Here's the 1-2. And that is strike three call. Anderson knew it, one away. Baycats will look to put this one quickly behind them as they are back on the diamond, this time in Barrie on Wednesday. That's tomorrow night. That game gets going at 7:35 p.m. You can get your tickets at barriebaycats.com. You can also watch that game on Baycats TV. We'll have our full TV broadcast. 0-1. Here it is. That's foul back. Count 0-2 to Odd, who has been red hot all postseason long, but is 0 for 3 tonight. Nobody could hit James Bradwell. He only gave up the one hit. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes, and the Baycats are down to their final out.
Designated hitter Ryan Reel.
So Rio will bat. Only the one pinch hitter this inning, but there have been other substitutions throughout this game. So the starting lineup is not what the batting order is now, as you saw with Plaz, Jansen, and McQuinn, as Rio swings and misses through strike one. We hope you've enjoyed this Baycats radio broadcast. We'll have you here on Baycats radio for the next game in Welland, which is guaranteed if they go on to win this game. And now 0-2 after the last pitch was swung on and missed. They are down to their final strike. 0-2 from Scott Gillespie. That is strike three called, and that's the ball game. The Welland Jackfish win game 3, and they have made it a 2-1 Barrie Series lead. The Jackfish celebrate in a handshake line on the diamond. They win the game 13-1 in what was a dominant performance by James Bradwell and an excellent performance by the Welland Jackfish offense. All right, after 2 games for the Baycats, won back-to-back to make it 2-0. The Welland Jackfish have now battled back and made it a 2-1 series lead. We thank you so much for listening to Baycats Radio, whether you were just listening or syncing it up to the Welland feed. We appreciate you tuning in. To everybody at the Barrie Legion watching, we'd like to thank you for watching as well. Back in Barrie tomorrow night at 7:35 as the Baycats try to take a 3-1 series lead and put this one behind them. For our excellent crew, Bob Hurley, Dylan Quinn, Kendra Doyle, everybody here in Welland, including the public address announcer Rod Mahood, I'm Patrick Melbourne. We'll hear from Ben Davey, Julius Hearn, and myself tomorrow on Baycats TV. Hope you have a fantastic rest of your evening, and tune in tomorrow as this series is getting more and more interesting by the game. Thank you so much. This has been the IBL Finals on Baycats Radio, only on Baycats TV.
I don't know, he's got his